Hey guys, I just wanted to show you a craft that I did. I made a bunch of life counters. I made them probably like 3 years ago. I gave some to some friends. They're life counters for gaming, like Magic the Gathering is mainly the purpose for them, but you could also use them for Carcassonne. I found that if you look for life counters online, they're kind of expensive and they're not that cool a lot of the time. Of course, a lot of times for Magic the Gathering, somebody will just use a 20-sided die, but a 20-sided die only goes up to 20. And then you got people with life gain in their strategies, they might have more life than 20, or you could have a team game, and now you got to use two 20-sided dice if your team has 40 life. So here I'll show you my life counters that I made. All right, here's one life counter. You can see it's a Pocahontas scene, Pocahontas giving John Smith some corn. It's fun to use these different themed cards. I actually made maybe 100 different life counters. I made several batches of the life counters, and at least here you can go above 20 easy enough, and it's easy to go up or down one or a few. Each one has its own card theme. On the back, I tended to keep the theme, some Native Americans from Pocahontas. Now, if you look at the pieces to this life counter, one is the life counter circle, so it starts at 0. You could go up to the life 99. Here is an example of the back of a card without the back card attached. And this is a unicorn scene, which also will go up to from 1 to 99. These little metal centers are for spinning. I have glued these two cards together so they won't come apart. Super glue just on the edges here, very carefully not to get it on the circle, because if it got on the circle it wouldn't spin. So I poked a hole in the front card and not in the back card, obviously. This card is one of my original first batches, and I cut the circle here with scissors. So you can see the edge of the circle is not a perfect round circle. It's kind of lumpy. I also cut the center here, the center hole. I punched it with a hole punch that is not the perfect size. This punch here, it's a perfect circle, but it's tiny. So this is just the width. That gives me the width, but I had to punch it multiple times to get the length that would allow two numbers to show with some distance in between. So that was the initial hole punch I used, and I changed it with a different generation of production, and I changed it to my arbor press. So here's my arbor press. I would use a bit like this to place onto the card, and then I would crank it to stamp that bit down to make a perfect cut. So instead of the tiny cut multiple times, I will make one single larger cut with the bit. The window for the life counter is more consistent. Also, because the circle was lumpy, I tried to find a way to make a perfect circle, and I found it. I got this 2-inch circle puncher, and it punches beautiful, perfect circles. So they come out like that. Here is another life counter. Now I used a square punch bit for the center of this one. This is a Sea Troll Magic the Gathering card, Homelands edition. I just liked the picture there. And on the back I put a pretty little card back. This one is basically Sea Monster card. Beautiful black and white sea monster, and on the back I have another sea monster art our dinosaur art. What I'll show you now is this Wyvern card. It's a battle action flood card that says no dwarven armies are allowed in this battle. Cool card, and I have a Wyvern back. Like I said, I made about 100 of these, and I think I'm about to make a new generation. Again, I bought a whole tote of mixed non-sport cards, so I'm looking forward into making that a craft, punching new cards and making them into life counters. I think someday I'll sell them. It doesn't take me a whole lot of time to make one, but it has cost me a little bit of money, obviously, for the arbor press to get the right tools, the right combination of tools to be able to produce these. And it does take time and some skill, I must say. So I think I'll sell them for 4 for 20. I may sometime make a link of images to show the other life counters that I made. Thanks for watching.